everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming to you from bed again. Good news is everything's getting a little better each day. Bad news is everything's getting a little better each day. I want it to be like leaps and bounds better, but it is what it is. Today, I wasn't going to vlog because today was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And I think I'll go to Australia. If you know, you know. But this evening was just a little bit better. So I thought I would just come on here. I was actually getting ready to post before we did my wound care. I was getting ready to post an apology for not having a vlog. And then after wound care, I kind of got a burst of, I don't know, maybe because I took my medicine. Who knows? But it's very warm today. Yesterday it was like high of 51. Today it was 77 degrees. What was the high today? Alexa, what was the high today?
Alexa, what was today's high temperature?
Today, expect a high of 70 degrees Fahrenheit. By the way, Melissa McCarthy can now tell you the weather, jokes and more for a one-time purchase. To learn more, just ask me to introduce you to Melissa.
So it said it was 77 degrees in this afternoon. So she's saying the high was 70, but it was already 77 already. So maybe she's talking about
Current.
From now on, you know. But it was like so hot. I said to Jimmy, I was like, I don't know if somebody put the heat on, but I don't know what's going on. The heat was on because it was cold last night. But the heat wasn't like pumping, you know. It was just hot in the house. It was hot in the house and I'm in the house hot. I'm hot in the house and I'm in the house hot.
You're just a hot mess.
Yeah, that's true. So the good news is the wounds are itching, which means that they're healing. And they look like they're healing, Jimmy said. Did I tell you guys that the nurse said Jimmy did a great job? I think I did, right? I bragged about him already. So he continues to do a great job. I may have found a program that'll help me read the comments. Looking into it. It's a purchase program, but I'm looking for a free one in the meantime. See if it's compatible with the software that YouTube uses. Because I miss you guys. I miss talking to you. I miss engaging, you know. I don't even know how much I'll be able to engage anyway because my brain. But, hey, I'll try. But those of you who continue to reach out to me on different social media platforms, direct message me, go right ahead. If you have any immediate questions, you know, you can always reach out to there. And even if it's crafting questions. Even though I haven't been doing tutorials, I could still answer all your cooking and crafting questions. Decorating, whatever. Childcare, psychology, dealing with adults with developmental disabilities, you know, all the things that I'm proficient in. So anyhow, today, like I started to mention before, I really had like no energy. And this morning, what was it? Oatmeal this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this morning I had oatmeal with the protein powder and the fruit compote in it. And it was a lot. Actually, Jimmy made me oatmeal 2 days ago and I wasn't even able to finish it. I don't think I told him that. Mom just threw the rest out for me. Because I feel like he's not making more, but I think I'm eating less. I think, right? You're making the same amount you always did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm just eating less. I have a follow-up with the dermatologist on Tuesday. Jim's going to get off work a little early to take me because originally I made a follow-up where I thought I was going to be walking again and I can get in and out of Mom's car. But that is not the case. So, Jim's got to take me Tuesday. What else? Oh boy. Today was a day where I couldn't focus on anything. That was a big part of what was going on today. Whatever pain or discomfort I was in, or exhaustion or muscle weakness that I had, I also couldn't focus. Like normally I have to put multiple things on at the same time, and today I couldn't. Today I actually like watched the movies that I've seen 1,000 times. Usually I just have the sound going in the background. Today I was like, I watched The Blind Side 2 times in a row. And then I watched 27 Dresses, and I watched Under the Tuscan Sun. Do you guys know about the Sunflower movies? I've told you that before. If you've been around for a while, you know about my Sunflower trio. It's Calendar Girls, Under the Tuscan Sun, and Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. And I call them Sunflower movies. The Sunflowers aren't very prevalent in the Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood, but what I do like about those movies is they kind of deal with different, like, they're female-driven stories, but they deal with different aspects of life. Like, Calendar Girls, they deal with loss and, you know, postmenopausal age, you know, like women who are, you know, what society deems as less than attractive or less than desirable, and proper ladies who do improper things. And then the Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood is kind of along those lines, where it's about like proper Southern women who actually have like had psychological issues and how they raise their kids. And then of course Under the Tuscan Sun is just an amazing story about a woman who just starts over. And each one of these stories kind of goes along those lines, you know. How people are like, women are reinventing themselves, and how nothing keeps us down, you know. And I feel like that is so, it's so important to remember, you know. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I digress. I absolutely love sunflowers. They're happy. They make me happy. And if you've seen Calendar Girls, the way her husband writes the little excerpt from about the sunflower is absolutely beautiful and poignant. And I don't know, I just love it. Anyhow, reel it in, Jer. Reel it in. But today I actually ended up watching like the movies instead of just like, a lot of times I just let the movie play in the background of the game that I'm playing, and I listen to it. But I actually like hardly got any gaming in today. I just felt like even solitaire wasn't cutting it. Like, I did sleep. I slept last night and I slept again today. I don't know if it's just that, like, is the poison starting to really leave my body? Is the cancer in my blood sort of like making me like a little anemic again? So just a lot of things to pay attention to. You know, I always pay attention to my body. Really, you're the only person who can. I mean, if it's an external something, someone else can look at it, but paying attention to what's going on inside your body is important. So the nurse comes back tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes well, and then the weekend is here. So I'm excited to have Jim have a couple of days off, as always, when he's on the weekends. There's only a few more weeks of work, which I'm excited about that as well. We've been trying to figure out finances to see if he can actually take a couple of weeks off before he starts the next job, if he starts the next job, or whatever he's planning on doing. We just want to be able to have a little bit of extra money in the bank to help us out, support us while he's looking for something else in the summer. He's filled out a whole bunch of applications, but it's kind of like when you work somewhere, unless you left like proper 2-week notice type situation, then they don't really necessarily want you back. And that's kind of what it's coming down to, like all these jobs that, you know, he's running out of places to work. Because he likes that change, that constant new. And I don't blame him, because I'm the same way. So the only difference was I used to go from job to job to job in the same company. So that made me like have tenure, that type of thing. Not tenure because it wasn't a school, but you know what I mean? It basically made me have like, not seniority either, but longevity, sort of like that. So, yeah. I wanted to show you guys how fat the wound care bag is now, because the bandages are bigger and the medicine's in here, and it's like still working. It's still going strong. My sister Alicia, I just knocked you guys over. It's no big deal. My sister Alicia sent me a giant box of these giant pads. They're called combine pads. They're these big old like absorbent non-stick, pretty awesomeness, and I love her for it. I love her anyway. I love her whether she gives me stuff or not, but this just makes it like, I know she cares. She wishes she was here and could care for me, kind of thing. But she's going through her own stuff, so this is how she can help. And I so appreciate it. I so appreciate it. I will tell you, I'm starting to get like, for the first time since I first hurt myself, when I first hurt my hip on July 26th, 2021, and I became bedbound because it hurt so bad. I'm just now starting to get a little stir crazy. I know that sounds dumb. I always had something going on every time, and I'm not stir crazy like really crazy. It's just like I could feel it starting to go. I want to get out more. And I think that the reason it's happening now is because I don't have any doctor's appointments. You know, before, every 2 weeks you go to an infusion, and then between the infusions usually was a doctor's appointment of one type or another. See about this, the radiation surgery, whatever, you know. And this has just been like a really long stretch with no doctors and no getting out of the house. So I said to Jim like this just tonight, I said, tomorrow's Friday, can we go out? And he's like, well, I have to clean the car for Mom. And I was like, well, I'm at a date, but we could take Mom. You know, I just really wanted to go out. I just really want to go out. I just really want to get out of the house. I said, I feel really bad because I know it's a lot of work to get me out of the house, you know. Actually, getting me out of the house isn't as much work as getting me back in the house. But I know it's
work.
What?
It's work.
Yeah, but it's not, it's really, admittedly so. It's a lot harder to get me back in the house, yeah. Because getting out of the house, I kind of like step out and we move the rollator. Going in the house, we collectively push me up a ramp. So it's a lot more force needed. So, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you guys are interested, I'd like to share with you what I eat today. Today I had oatmeal for breakfast, and then for lunch I had an Activia yogurt, I think today, because I had applesauce with dinner. I had applesauce with dinner, and I had a spinach and pear and apple baby food with the yogurt at lunchtime with some peanut butter. And I started eating chunky peanut butter again. I can't eat it like I used to, like a lot fast, but I can chew it. I'm so happy. I just take little pieces at a time. I chew up the nuts, and every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. I also want to share with you that the nurse, my home nurse, told me to try aloe vera juice in my mouth, and I started that today. I have to tell you, I don't really notice anything just yet. It's only been like 2 treatments today, but it feels different. It feels different than just the Miracle mouthwash or the Magic mouthwash or whatever your company calls it where you are. So I hope it works. She said it really did help heal her when she had it, and I'm looking forward to that. If it helps, whatever helps. I try everything. I told my sister, I was like, I will try everything once. Well, not illegal stuff, but you know what I'm saying. If it'll help, it'll help. Let's see. So tomorrow is Friday. I am hoping to go out. Is the weather supposed to be good tomorrow, sweetie, as far as you know?
As I know.
Okay. I told Jim I would like to actually go out there on my rollator and maybe help clean the car up a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that needs to go to Goodwill, and what he's been doing, and this isn't a complaint, and this isn't criticism, this isn't judgment. I just want to see him work less hard, if possible. So what he's been doing is he helps me get in the front seat, and then he takes the wheelchair and he goes into the trunk. Now the problem I see with the trunk is, the trunk has the tailgate, so it's like the bumper, and then you have to get it over like onto the rug. Mom usually sits behind me, so the chair is up behind me, and the chair behind him is stowed underneath. What I suggested was we open the stowed seat for Mom behind the driver, which also will help her, because Jim's tendency, if he's nervous, is to ride on the passenger side, and that makes her nervous. So if she sat behind him, there'd be no problems. Like he doesn't come close to the cars on the left side type of thing. So that actually would be like 2 birds, 1 stone type of situation. So I wanted to open up the seat behind him so that she can sit there. And the seats not only stow into the floor, but they like flip up. Like you can put this, okay. You put the seat down. So this is the seat. You put the seat down, and then the seat flips up like this, where it can, so there'll be space between the bottom of this chair and the back of my chair. And I said, if we pull the you pull the walker, no, it's a wheelchair. You pull the wheelchair seat up and it folds flat, and it would be so much easier to get it in there than it is to get it in the tailgate. Plus, in the tailgate, it does roll around. Things fall, it knocks over. If it's stowed like that and stuck between the 2 chairs, I think it would be such a better solution. Plus, you won't have to take it so far around. It'll be there. See, what happens sometimes too is if like it's raining, he wants me to he parks me under the overhang, and then sometimes the trunk is not. So then the wheelchair comes out all wet, which is another thing. It's what it is. It is what it is. But I also don't want him to have to get wet. So if the wheelchair's next to me while he's got me protected, he'll be protected getting the wheelchair out. Because he's a gentleman like that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. We will take a look at the rest of the car. Maybe I'll gather up all the stuff that's got to go to Goodwill. I said, even a date to go to Goodwill. Let's take a date to the car wash. I'm good to go to the car wash for a date. I'm okay with that. Whatever it is, you know. But I'm excited because I really want to go out. I have a new dress or a new shirt? A new blouse. I have a new blouse that I want to wear out. I got it on Amazon for like, I think it was $8. I follow this couple called Dave and Sissy. I believe that's Dave and Sissy. And is that right? It could be. I found them on TikTok, and they're like Amazon deals. We tried, so you don't have to. Well, they have coupons that come and sign up for their email, and they have coupon codes every day. And that's where we got Jimmy's curtains from for his office. You saw his new gray curtains. If you look at his channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They were so inexpensive. They were cheaper than they were at Walmart because of the coupon. So, is your office cooler with the thermal, by the way? I meant to ask you. Oh, see, good. I'm glad. I'm so glad. So, I found this shirt, and it's so cute. It's kind of got like a little peplum bottom, but it's got like a mock turtleneck, and it zips up the back. It's really pretty, and it's red. It's very pretty. So I was kind of like, oh, I could wear my red shirt on my date. Am I thinking of anything else? Am I missing anything? Do we talk about anything else today? We had a good cry together. So one of the things I'll tell you is that I said to Jimmy, he's always like, don't cry, don't cry. And he's trying to console me, and I get that. But my brain actually plays my mother telling me, stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about kind of thing. And I said to him, I said, listen, I know you're always telling me don't cry because you want to console me. However, I'm on an antidepressant. If it's so bad in my head that I have to cry, you got to let me cry. Now, it doesn't happen often. Honestly, right? It doesn't happen often. Once every month or something.
Something like that.
But I was like, you really have to just let me cry. Let me deal with it. Let me, crying is good. Cope. It helps you cope. It helps you. There's all kinds of like chemicals that happen when you cry. So today he was having a little bit of an emotions because something we were talking about. And I said, just cry. I was like, just cry. I'm not going to tell you not to. I was like, just go, let it out. And I held on to him, and it was just very touching and loving. And we've just been talking about a lot of stuff lately that's important. Did you just hit me, or was that the tape popped off?
It might have been the tape popped
off. Pop. But he knows I love him, and he knows we're going to be okay. We got a lot of life left to live together, so. All right, listen. don't forget, I love you. And if nobody's told you today that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how I love you and how Jim loves you and that we love you. And as always, you guys, take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
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 Wave, wave.